relax tonight because I've been out all day. Can't wait to take a shower, take a load off. Take a load off.
Parallel lines have so much in common.
Yeah, they're the same.
It's just so bad that they will never meet up.
Is it that bad that they'll never meet up though? Because like I feel like people who have too many things in common, they don't really need to be together or be in the same room.
But the thing about it is, parallel lines, they'll never meet up, but they be in common. We're talking about lines.
But they don't need to.
If two people live a parallel life, they most likely will not meet.
They don't need to. That wasn't funny. But okay.
All right. So, how was your day?
Hey
How was
babe.
your week? How was your month?
My month of that's a long think. It's a long thought. Um, my day was good. We didn't spend the day together today. Um,
Mm-hmm.
today was day 2 of CultureCon, and I literally just got back like an hour ago, 30 minutes, an hour ago,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Just got back like an hour ago. Um,
Actually, no, you got back like a half hour
like
ago.
hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, today was day 2. Yesterday was day 1, and it was Wanye and I, or you are Wanye.
Yeah, talk to
It
me like you're
was,
talking to
I'm
me.
sorry. It was me, you, Jade, but then today it was me and my cousins, Vinaya, Kayla, Alicia. And it was good. It was this is my first year. This is my first year there. Well, this is our first year there.
Right.
You didn't get to go today, but you went yesterday. Um it was good. It wasn't exactly what I expected. I guess I would go, I can do like, well, first of all, let me say this. I did put my outfit together myself. I had a mullet wig on earlier though. I had to take it out. I'll show y'all, but you can insert the picture. But I had a mullet wig on. It was cool, whatever, you know. Spruced it back up. It was deep in my little wig closet. Um, Spruced it back up. My voice is a little gone because of last night. Because we went out last night. I forgot. I keep forgetting we went out last night.
Was outside.
Been outside for days.
Um.
But I feel good though. I feel good. I feel like I gained what I needed to gain.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the biggest thing, even though my goal was to speak, my goal out loud was to talk to a lot of, or listen to a lot of people. Cause, so yesterday, the, people that I remember that was there, it was supposed to be there was, or what they announced like beforehand, cause we'll talk about that, was Cheryl Lee Ralph, but we got there too late for her because she was like first thing in the morning almost. Um, Taraji P. Henson.
Mm-hmm.
And who was the third bigger person there yesterday?
Oh. Uh. uh,
Who else was yesterday?
Fresh Prince? No, not the.
They were the Fresh Prince cast
Cast
was
was there?
there,
Yeah.
but our Bel Air cast was there, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's okay because the main
Oh,
person
Michael
for
Michael Ealy.
not for me, for
Oh.
you,
Oh no.
okay, but the main person for me that I did want to listen to was Siraj Pinson, but we ended up having to leave because just had other things to do, honestly, that were like pre-planned. Um, but oh, so I was saying out loud that like that's who I was looking forward to. And then today the people I was looking forward to out loud was, oh, and Sierra too yesterday, but
Oh
she was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
last minute. Um, what's today? Two Chains. I wanted to hear him, but we ended up having
Who
to leave
child?
early. And then why can't I think right now? Just talking about the person. Oh, Jennifer Hudson.
I don't like
Okay. Like, is that your favorite song by her? You
living
were singing
under
it
your
earlier.
spotlight just because you
Okay,
think
stop.
I might.
Um, I'm trying to think, babe. was the other person earlier today?
Jesse Williams.
And Jesse Williams. Yep. I guess so. Yeah, that was because that was one of like the first people. Oh yeah, I wanted to see the Bravo panel. We got there right when it ended. I wanted to see Portia Williams, but like they were being secretive about how that was going. It was kind of weird. Because we could have actually caught her, but we didn't
Mm.
realize where she was. Like we didn't just didn't know what was going on.
So you telling me you couldn't call up Porsche?
Don't make me call Portia.
I guess not. She did a Q and A too. It was a Q and A.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I
I wish
whatever.
so. I'll be honest. I really yesterday was so eventful for me. It was my first time being at CultureCon. Like, it's your
But
first
wait, let
time?
me finish my thought.
Oh, go ahead.
So all those people that were coming that were like, celebrities, they came, and I was like, oh, it was my goal. Like out loud, I was like, okay, I want to hear what they had to say. But consciously, I was really, really, really looking forward to networking with just everybody, like every attendee there. Like I was truly looking forward to it. And I just really was looking forward to it. I don't really
Hmm.
know what else to say. And I think that's why that's the main thing that happened for me. I was looking forward to meeting people, meeting all types of different people and speaking to them. Oh, I met Scott Louis yesterday. That was a good moment. That was a great moment. I met Scott Louis
Mm.
and Simi Moonlight yesterday. And I met Scott Louis' friend too, Brandon. I think it's Brandon Blackwell. Or it's Brandon. Brandon. And he was they're so pretty, first of all, in real life. Their skin, I don't know, like I know my skin is nice, but no, their skin is like completely like flawless. I don't know what they do. Maybe it's like a rich thing. I don't know, but it's just like glass skin to the T. Um, but it was really nice meeting him because the energy was the same. The energy was the same, but it was just nice, really like networking with a bunch of the attendees.
Hmm. That's what's up. For me, it was the same thing. Um, I didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a celebrity pop up kind of thing, like
Me
celebrities
too.
just like popping up out of everywhere.
Yeah.
But it
That's
really
how they
wasn't.
made it
Yeah,
seem, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a celebrity pop up, but not necessarily. Like, all the celebrities weren't interacting in like the spaces. Like, they were just like they
Mhm.
did their panel and then they dipped, and then they did whatever content they did for Culture Con. But like,
Mhm.
there was maybe one person that was supposed to be a panelist that actually was outside around people, and it was Clarissa Shields.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
we saw Pat.
She was a panelist. You said supposedly she was a panelist.
Yeah, I didn't see her. I didn't know what she was gonna be talking about. But talked to my mom earlier. She called me and she was like, saw Papoose. She's like, you wanted to be on the A list. There you go, right there.
Oh my god.
Even though. But she was like, and I was like,
No. Go ahead.
but she was like, she was like, I was like, yeah, Clarissa, she was a little awkward.
Well, wait, sorry. Maybe like just speaking from a woman perspective. First of all, she's still new to this game. Papoose been around for a minute. Like he's one of the OGs for real.
Hmm.
But maybe she's just like, even though she's still new, she's new, but she's learning to share a spotlight
Yeah,
because Papoose is culture.
yeah, he is.
So she's learning to share a spotlight. And even though her spotlight is new, but she's still learning to share a spotlight. And then let alone not just a spotlight with just somebody else, but her man. So
Yeah.
it is different.
Yeah, I agree. And that's with a lot of women or women that
It's for
are,
everybody.
yeah, like we
Everybody who
allow,
lives that life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, because you even like basically gave me my time to shine yesterday.
Mm.
Yesterday,
I gave you your space.
you gave me my.
Your
I feel,
space to do what you needed to do as Wanyeezy and WNR Productions. That's what I did.
yeah.
Cause it's needed. Like
I I
they different though. They like you gotta come on now. She's a
yeah,
boxer. People crazy. They're like, oh, we want to fight. Like for real, that's true. Oh, excuse
yeah.
me. And they had her security was there.
It was only one guy.
It was still that was a
I
big
know.
guy. That was her security.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I really did enjoy the atmosphere. A lot of black people, a lot of black wealthy people. They may not be rich, but very wealthy in their
Mm,
spirits.
yeah.
And I met some influencers. I met C King. Shout out to C King. That was the first person I saw. I'm like, wait a minute, I know him. I was in line waiting for tacos with Jade. I'm like, I
Mm.
know him. And I walked up to him and we just had a regular conversation. I'm like, can I take a picture of you? And can I get a picture with you? He's like, yeah, we took a
Talking about the
picture.
guy with that does the Denzel impressions,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay.
Yes, I met him, and then I met another guy named Carp DMG. He's a fashion influencer on TikTok and Instagram. He's like, I guess you could say he's for the big guys. And
Mm-hmm.
then also I met it's another influencer who's plus size as a guy or big guy. Um, he be having the fits, and his statement pieces are always his bags. If it's
Mm.
not his bags, it's his hat. Um,
Yeah.
I see
I
him.
saw him again today.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Yeah, I saw a nice amount of people. Talk to some great people. A lot of people from across the country. Mainly a lot of people from the DMV. It was surprising that a lot of people from the DMV came
I
up.
think it's interesting that you met a lot of people from DMV and I met a lot of people from the South. I met people
Mm,
from Houston, Georgia, Alabama
mm,
today. It was a couple people from Houston, uh, and then of course you met the people that live in New York already.
yeah,
But it was like Georgia and Texas for me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's who
And
I
then
met.
on top of that, I think we ran into a few people that were from Jersey that we had mutuals, and um,
Yeah,
it was very. I
it
was
was
like,
like one
wow.
or two.
Like I think the first few people that we talked to were from.
They were
Yeah,
from where we're not just Jersey, but we're from
yeah,
South Jersey. We're not because we're not in North.
yeah.
We're in South because it is they're not that close. So it is two different vibes. Yeah.
Vibes. Yeah,
Two
you
different
know.
vibes, different audience, different influencers as well, because it just depends, kind of just depends. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I really like. I really enjoyed the the whole thing. I didn't really sit in on any of the panels. Like maybe sat in for Michael Ealy for maybe like 3 minutes because he was about to be
What was
finished.
he talking about?
I don't
Even the
know.
last you don't know the last
No, I wasn't really paying attention because I
why?
was honestly I was looking to network with more people.
Yeah.
So like I ran into I forgot his name. I ran into an artist. He was wearing actual armor.
Yeah, I saw him, but
He was
I didn't get to talk to him at all. I don't know if I saw him today though, because I'm sure he wasn't wearing the same thing. But
yeah. So yeah, his name is Isaiah. He's a model and creative director out of Jersey, and he does work in New York. And he had an armor on, and I'm gonna insert the pictures of the people that I saw that I'm talking about because like these people were exuding wealth, like loving themselves,
yeah,
giving each other, you know, love, showing each other love. I feel like my social anxiety was out the door yesterday.
you keep saying that.
Like it was non-existent
I think you
because
just really wanted to be there.
I think it was just the whole day because later on in the day we went to the
Yeah,
put your phone
put your
down
phone down, and
and
it was the same type vibe.
yeah, the two guys that were hosting it, I've been watching them since back in like 2022.
What's their names again?
Lear and Lionel, they
Mm-hmm.
have a podcast also.
Mm.
They we talk about any and everything, really freaky stuff, but it's funny to me. It's a good conversation. They both from Philly, and I just like how they have a conversation about things and just being open on on certain levels, especially being a black sexually active male and just being a black male in general.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, there was a good vibe. Um, but to the with CultureCon, like the um, the experience was good overall when it came to the people. But I will say there were some things that were lacking, just to fill in the gaps, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
it was a good amount of gaps.
like
Like
I went into when we were I went into a networking room, but it really wasn't networking. Like they had name tags and you could write your information down on cards and then give them out. It wasn't really. network. I've networked with one person. I think her name was Mansa. I think she's from New York.
What was
Also,
her name?
Mansa,
Oh.
Mansa, something like that. I got her contact information.
Hmm.
She does events and she does sipping paints out in New York.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
Like
not.
big sipping paints? Because I've seen a lot of big event sipping
I don't
paints.
think it was big. I think she just started. I'm
Oh.
not. I'm not sure. It was still. I think she was still. No, I'm not sure. I was really trying to get to know a lot of people and connect with not a lot of people, but my goal was to get at least 10 followers, and I did get 10 followers from
Me
it.
too.
Um,
Way more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you got yeah. Um, and I was happy that we were able to go with Jay was able to go with us.
Yeah, me too.
Let's rewind it back. Culture Con's tickets are $100.
$200.
They were $200.
Yes.
When I went
General admission, $200. It was said like 199. They're
when I
$200.
went on there, it was $100.
When was that?
When I got my ticket, when I was,
Well,
you know
when
what?
I got
You
on there, it
right.
was $200.
It was for something.
Yeah, because then when you checked out for the total and then it crossed it out, right? And it's like, because, yeah,
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
those tickets. We got those tickets for free. Cause I wanted this. I signed up for
Yeah.
when I
I signed up for the media pass. So we signed up for the media pass, or I did, but and I'm under WNAR. So I signed him up and then I put me on there. So I gotta have my information on there, if we're chosen. I have a pass and then he has a pass. So we signed up pretty late though. Like we
yeah
signed up late. So I didn't really think we was gonna get it, but I was like, you never know. So we didn't. They said because it was like full capacity, which they didn't have that many people in there, but it's probably like that, on purpose. They don't want nothing messing up. They don't want anything interfering always well, probably their streams and stuff,
yeah.
like it's a lot. So they were like, oh, we're at full capacity for this, is that. This was like 2 weeks ago too, right?
Hmm.
But here's complimentary tickets. And I was like, oh, for me, when I saw that one year, because you got the message first and then I got it, I took that as a sign. I was like, this is something I need to go to.
Yeah.
Like it's something I need to go to because it could have easily not been that. I feel
I
like,
could have said it.
because you have to submit information on there and they have to and I'm sure they review it because we were talking to a real person. I feel like they review it and they're like, okay, we can't have you as a like with our passes, to be basically staff or
Yeah.
whatever, but we see that you're serious and you do this and that and you have your craft listed and you do what you do, so we'll give you tickets, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's how I looked at it. Like I really do feel like that that was a true blessing and it was like telling us that we needed to be there.
Yeah.
Like that's really how I felt. That's really how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I felt.
I think it was meant for us to go to because usually when I sign up for things, they like, yeah, you can't be media. Thanks for applying.
Hmm.
Maybe better luck next time. But no, they were like, nah, still come. Like, and I like in that, and that's very good marketing
Right.
if you really think about it. It's good marketing because yeah, you can't
That
come.
is good marketing because
You,
I definitely there's been no's I've gotten. They
yeah,
don't never encourage you to
to
still
still
come to
come.
the
Yeah,
event. Like that's weird, but yeah, I agree.
yeah. And then we're talking about things on lower scales too that don't do that. But
Right.
yeah, we're not gonna say no names. But I really like that they still encouraged people to come. Well, encouraged us to come because I would have got discouraged and would have moved forward because $200
Yeah.
for a ticket is
Like if they yeah, exactly. And it was like and okay, so we gonna get into that. But so it was $200 for the ticket. But then also, um, nothing was clear yet. Nothing was clear. They do say what you get with the VIP, what you get with the GA,
Mhm.
but it's like nothing was truly clear in my opinion of the description. And then as time went on and they started to finally update things, it wasn't mad like I never got a clear
There was
understanding.
like 3 VIP sections.
Yeah, but it was like a group VIP, a VIP, and then something else. But it was still never a clear, true understanding,
Mhm.
matching up of what truly was like offered
Yeah,
for each ticket, in my opinion. Like except for like, of course, you have the VIP sections, but That was all that I really truly understood. That was the difference
Cause we
between
still all
general admission and
we all
VIP.
got bags. We all
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Maybe they got something else on the
maybe
other
they got
side
front row seats
because you know how
for
they entered on the other side.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was front row seats. I don't know. But I'm gonna say this. Maybe you, unless you get as VIP, unless you get access to some type of exclusive schedule,
Mm,
the VIP seating, if it was some, it wasn't really worth it because it was like, so those were the pros, but the cons, some of the cons for me was it was just a little bit scattered. It was a little bit scattered. I did
yeah.
appreciate all that was being provided, but this is my perspective. If you're having creators come, that most of us have social anxiety. Most of us have anxiety, period. And it's like on a regular because it's like we're creating every day.
Hmm.
Most of us have like we some of us have OCD. This is me, OCD, when it comes to like organizing and you're like trying to make sure everything is supposed to be what it is. So like if I'm trying to organize my day, or like, and I know you're at an event, but if I'm trying to organize my day and this is telling me that okay, this plan is here, this plan is here for this time, this person's for this time, I'm going by it. I'm
Hmm.
going by it. And I'm like literally planning strategically in my head, and it's like a mental checklist. Like I can see it out loud. I can see it out loud. Like, you know how when Left Eye was explaining how they didn't get their money for their
Hmm.
member, that's how I see. That's my mind. And it's like being written down and it's a list. So it's like when it wasn't going as planned, like I understand some things running behind, but some things was just like it just wasn't it at all, and it wasn't listed or was listed incorrectly. It was like I was like, bro, like I'm just gonna keep missing this stuff because in my opinion, you had to sit in because it was three buildings. It was like the building with the vendors, and then the culture building and the creator building.
Hmm.
You had to sit in one of them buildings just all day. That's what you had to do. You had to sit there all day or you're going to miss it. And then you also have food truck lines. Food truck lines are never short. So you know, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're trying to plan. It was I'm gonna just say it was hard to actually plan your day. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. I'll say that when you say it's scattered, I felt like it was just scattered like uh physically also. I feel like they could have filled out the space a little bit more when it came to
Which space? Because there's three buildings.
um the like where the vendors were. I felt I
Yeah.
felt they so I I went into I thought it was interesting because I'm in filmmaking and um I like horror films.
Mm-hmm.
So Welcome to Derry is about to come out, no
Mm-hmm.
sponsor. Um and they had like an installation in
Mm-hmm.
there where you go in and you face your biggest fears.
Yeah.
Um and it was very it it was corny. It was really corny. You go in there into this room and they like stay close together. Don't go close
Are you
together.
serious?
Yeah, because
Are
they
you
had
serious?
because it was so Welcome to Derry is based in the '60s
Mm-hmm.
before the
Kids start
Losers
getting
Club.
ooh.
The Losers Club, the original the kids that's from it. They're
Excuse me. Oh, it's based before they were born.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So Pennywise is, of course, he's still in Derry. He's been there
Mm-hmm.
for forever. But now it's just like before that happened. So you have, which is very interesting. They had black people in Derry back then. Also,
Mm-hmm.
it was during the '60s. But they had the actresses. They were dressed up like ladies from the '60s, and they
Mm-hmm.
had these weird smiles. They looked very uncanny, like
Mm-hmm.
uncanny valley. Like they didn't have any like under, like there's no dark circles under their eyes, and like their makeup was just flat, and
Oh.
they had weird smile. You know the smiles, like
Yeah, I know what you're
the
talking
evil
about.
smiles where you look through your eyebrows. I was actually very fascinated by. I was like, oh, they about to go crazy. Yeah, I get in there, man. First and foremost, they had the monkey with the tambourines. I always felt like that was like that's the biggest thing in horror films. If you see a monkey with a tambourine,
Tambourine.
it's like a monkey and it bang.
Tambourine?
He
You
was
mean the flat?
Symbols. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Symbols. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Symbols. He was on Toy Story. Was it Toy Story?
yeah. Toy
So
Story
yeah,
3.
yeah, Toy Story 3. So that
Yeah, that's funny.
so yeah, we were just in there and just like he wasn't doing anything. Like it was
Yeah.
like I thought somebody was gonna
I
jump
didn't think it
out.
was. Honestly, I was a little surprised that people were over there just lining up. I was like, this is what y'all here for? I
No,
mean, I
because
guess.
they had the actresses out. They made it look like it was something more scarier than it was because they had the actresses standing outside of the little installation
The real
house.
people?
Yeah, like
They
it.
were there?
No, not like the real actresses, like not like the from the show, but like they had actresses like playing like
Oh, oh,
characters
okay,
of the
okay.
set. Like the lady came out the door, she just waved at her neighbors. It was nobody there. She just waving.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool. So the outside was better than the
yeah, it
inside.
was.
Okay.
And then the
That
lady,
is cool. That's kinda I think if I saw it, I didn't see that because I walked by, I didn't see that. But if I would've saw that, I probably would've wanted to go into.
yeah, because they would come out
They
and
should
she
have had
would
them on the inside.
they had them waving like that, and then they'll look at you and then smile and then follow you.
Mm.
I got the video. I put it right here. But yeah, it was very interesting. The whole experience was. The food trucks lines was long. I
No, you were
was
talking about that building.
oh yeah, the building. But yeah, I really feel like they could have added a little bit more like that space like when we walked.
When you go by and you're about to go to the tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, it's the hair booth. I think it was like a VIP section and then the tequila.
Yeah.
It was so spacey. And you couldn't really see the tequila, but maybe they did that on purpose. But you couldn't really see the tequila
Mhm.
because they were giving out free shots of tequila. It was a shot,
That
but it was
was
like a
nice.
little tequila like cocktail. It was
That was
good.
margaritas.
Margaritas. That's a tequila type cocktail. Margaritas. It
People
was
was
like a
chilling in there.
strawberry, a passion fruit,
An
and
original.
no. It was like strawberry passion fruit, and it was a yellow one was the passion fruit, which they didn't have yesterday. But today they had it. And then they had a strawberry one that was red or
Yeah.
pink. And then there was another one. Was it
Yeah.
green?
No, it was the original one. They said
Oh.
it was like it was their
That's not what
version of
somebody said today.
it was
Oh,
their
somebody
version.
somebody told me it was a flavor. Maybe they changed it because they did add a flavor, another flavor today.
Mm.
But I know what you mean because it was spacey and it was like it was cool. The art on the wall was cool. It was like
Black art,
black
yeah.
art, black paintings of black people. Um
Did people have to pay to get their hair done?
yeah,
Oh.
book an appointment. They book an appointment.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like they do like I guess quicker styles. It doesn't take that long. Like people are getting like the jumbo knotless braids or getting like your getting cornrows. Um
Oh.
like you can not corn because some cornrows take a little minute, depending what you get. But they were doing like the quicker styles, but they were still doing like natural hairstyles.
Oh, okay.
But when I went over, I saw Morgan. They were booked. She said, "Yeah, we're." It was 11 o'clock. She said, "Yeah, we're already 20 appointments booked right now." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
That's
Yes,
getting your hair done at a convention. That's dope.
yes. They do that at hair shows,
I
though. I
know
mean,
at
those are
Bronner Brothers,
conventions
yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
yeah, they do that at hair shows. But them people was not in them chairs that long though. That's good. Um,
They good. Yeah.
yeah, right. But it was a great event overall, though. Nothing like I don't. It's this is a good review, just to be clear. Um, I just hope they continue to progress as they get feedback from like certain how certain things were ran. I did appreciate a tote. You got a tote. If you was there on day 1 and 2, you get 2 totes. I like that tote. I will be using it. I do gotta wash both of them and dry them so they can like reform. But
Yeah, those totes are
I
actually
like
pretty
those
cool.
totes and they're big. Like I like them. Um,
Wristband. You got your wristband?
yeah, I actually didn't cut the second day wristband because they put it under my bracelet so it was big, so I just slid it off. So I
Yeah.
still have
I
it.
slipped mine off last night.
Oh, I cut the other ones off. But and then also, I just really appreciated the people that were out there networking. I appreciated that. Like it was
Absolutely.
really, really nice. Like it was really nice. Like I liked it. And it was like you really saw everybody literally just right in that whole like entire section. Like not where you eat, Not, it was the bathroom over there, but like that entire section from the creator stage all the way down to the food trucks.
Yeah.
It was everybody just like networking like right there. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
great. And it was great talking to people that's like literally on the same page as you and like
Wavelength.
really wanting, huh?
Same wavelength.
Yeah, yeah, but like really wanting like that community. Like I was so appreciative of
Mm-hmm.
it. Like it was a different type of energy. But also my thing is it wasn't blazing outside like it's October, but it was hot. And I feel like people could have easily been in a bad mood or whatever, but people were there like with an agenda. Even if you were there to look nice and talk to people, you're there to interview people, you're there to network your business, you're there, even with your food truck, because you could talk to them too. There to
Mm-hmm.
do photography, videography. Is that a word?
What?
Videography.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the way I said it. I'm sorry. Photography or videography or both. Um, People were really there with an agenda, and it was just nice to be able to like just welcome and talk to people. Or if you're standing in line, like
Yeah.
each line, I made a friend in each line. Like, and honestly, I'm really not the person to speak first. I do get a little nervous about that. It's not even unpersonal. It's just I'm just nervous a little bit. So it may take me a few seconds. Um, but people say something to you first. That's why, and I think that's one of the reasons why, like, I wear what I wear. I wear what I wear to start a conversation sometimes, and I
Me
don't think
too.
there's anything wrong with that. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then it like goes back and forth, and I compliment you back, and then I can ask a question after that. I can be like, where are you from? What's your name? I can do that. But when
Yeah.
it starts to like the start, I do be nervous a little bit. But
Take away my anxiety.
my God. But it was really nice though. I really liked that aspect and how for the most part, everybody really was on the same page. Everybody was.
Yeah.
Today, I got a girl, her name is Aria's Voice. That's her name. She was holding up a sign that said,
I saw your story.
I think it said, you can't gentrify soul. I think that's exactly what it said. And I was like, yeah. But anyway.
See, I listen. The event, a conference. I think if we do go again. Oh, the one thing I was going to say also is yeah, everybody had an agenda. Even if you like everybody, because I saw by the time we got back home,
Mm.
I think I saw somebody. I already saw a video from CultureCon,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
recap
I
video.
gotta get mine out tomorrow.
No, but
Definitely.
like from the actual CultureCon page, like they had a
Oh yeah,
recap.
no, they post constantly.
Yeah,
They post constantly. Yeah. No, because I no, they post constantly.
I do want to understand. I want to know how they do that because I saw the videographer, and then by the time we got home,
There's a
maybe
few. There was a few.
no, this is from the same videographer.
Oh, okay.
And even if it was a few, how do you compile all that footage in
That's what I'm saying,
two
babe. That's why
hours?
they didn't have that many. Because in the back, somewhere, they had their setups, their equipment, their whatever they got to do. What is it called? Configuration and
Yeah,
all that. They had that back there. They
yeah,
did. And so um they had all that. So my thing is I think that's why they didn't want too many people coming up in there like with their cameras and their gimbals and stuff because you can throw off whatever they got going on, whatever you got going on.
right.
Cuz it
Yeah,
really wasn't that many
yeah,
videographers. I saw like 3, maybe
yeah,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was best that I actually went without being having to work because of just being able to network and connect with people. Because again, I
Mhm.
really felt like for me, it was just like I usually am not the one to talk to somebody or say hello to somebody,
Mhm.
but like that's what I was doing. Like people I was seeing.
How were you starting conversations? Cuz I wasn't with you.
So the way I was starting conversations was the same way like you were like, yo, your fit is fire. Usually like
Same how I did. That's not how I
no,
did.
but like somebody will come up to you like, "Oh, I like your outfit," or "I like this," and I'd be like, "Thank you," and I like what you got on too. Like, what's your name?
Yeah.
And that's how the conversation started. But like that's how the conversation started with the guy Isaiah with the armor. I'm like, "Yo,
Oh.
that's fire!" Like he had an armor chest and then an armor knee, and then I'm like, "Yo," because he had
Did he tell you what it represented?
yeah. So he said, while we're in a time of war right now, it's like we tend to not wear our armor. So now this is the physical representation of me wearing my armor for war against us, not as in black people, but just in the human race.
Yeah.
Because right now, it's so many things going on right now,
Yeah.
and like we're at war. Funny enough, Kanye West said it the best back in the day on Jesus Walks. He's like,
Yeah.
we're at war with
I know exactly
ourselves.
what you're talking about. Mhm.
Yeah, like we're at war with ourselves, and that is we don't try to keep the peace. Like
What do you mean?
like it is always some kind of there's somebody is always trying to find violence or find the opposition, always wanting to be the opposition
Yeah.
of something instead of sometimes just I can agree to disagree with you and keep it pushing. Like I feel as though
Yeah.
we've allowed people to uh have an opinion and feel their opinion valued to the point now where it's just like as soon as somebody has an opinion, it's like boosted to the max, and somebody is just like, "Oh wow, their opinion really hurt my feelings, and
Yeah.
I don't like how that made me feel." And at the end of the day,
It's because you're trying to figure out. I think when people say things like that, or like even everybody, um, I think that people are trying to figure out, like, you're like, "Oh, I don't like how that made me feel." But I think some people are trying to figure out how they feel.
hmm
And then they jump to the conclusion of what they should feel just because of whatever's common, or maybe whatever they've been through, to the where they're like, "Oh, I wasn't even allowed to even feel that emotion back in the day. So I'm gonna do it now, and I'm standing." And that's like their definition of standing up for themselves, when it doesn't
yeah,
even have to be that. I've always not been told, but I've always heard about, like, that uh I don't want to say uh, the human race is, people always say, is like, are we chaotic as a human race? Like, are we naturally chaotic, or do you feel like that was something instilled in us, like, over time? You ever heard
no, I've
nobody ever
never,
asked you that, or heard about, like, that controversial
no,
conversation?
I've never heard that.
Like,
No,
because of, like, the not like, because of the things that we start within ourselves, within our communities, um within society, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be started, or it doesn't have to always be a thing, for
yeah,
lack of a better phrase. And it's just like what you just said. um we were saying, we are at war with ourselves, or people just reacting to something, to where they don't really have to react to it in that way,
hmm
but then it just turns into personal gain, and then capital gain, and then whatever, just a whole lot of selfishness. And I'm just saying that to say, I feel like the human race is chaotic. It is, like, we are, I feel like, chaotic, but I don't want to say it's natural. I feel like it's a natural progression or regression, however you want to say it. A natural regression, or however you want to say it. But I don't want to say it's necessarily a bad thing, because it's always room for progress if you recognize something's wrong, and then you want to change it. But
right,
it just depends, though, on how people react, and it just becomes like a an effect over and over again, or like a domino effect, I guess you could say.
yeah,
Um, but I don't want to say a domino effect. Maybe a tidal wave effect. Maybe that.
tidal
That's
wave as in like it grows bigger and bigger.
right, right. Not a domino effect. Domino is just over and over, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like a tidal wave effect. But I don't know if I want to necessarily say it's a bad thing, and I don't know if that's me being a chaotic human being for saying, like, I don't know if the chaos that happens in this world is necessarily a bad thing. Like, I think
mhm.
everything is needed. You know what I mean?
It goes back to who is who did we have the conversation on here or were we just talking about how oh it was when we were talking about the guy from Love is Blind and
Which one?
the dude that said he was a dog.
You haven't even finished that yet. Oh, we're watching Love Is Blind right now
So
with Tyler and Ashley and Tim and I forget the girl's name. She was a Leo and yeah,
So, you know I'm a film person. So
yeah.
like thinking about when the Joker says everybody loves chaos.
Yeah.
We as a society, I think we do. We do feed on
Love?
we don't love, but I feel like we feed on chaos. I feel like if there's no chaos in the world or in the society, people feel like things are going too good.
I don't feed on chaos.
I don't feed on
Me,
chaos either.
Aaliyah, I do not feed on chaos. Maybe I did once upon a time, but because of how the way I used to do things made me feel, I started working towards not moving based off of chaos.
Hmm.
And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, to be quite frank. Like I don't need to be the reactor. Like I don't
Right.
need to be the reactor, like Tiger would say. I don't need to be. And
Yeah.
I'm glad I've recognized that. But I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm glad I recognize that now. But no, I agree. I agree with that. That some people just have to feed off chaos, and I've heard people actually quite literally say that to me. I didn't realize that that was like really truly a direct feeling that people can really feel that way. Which I mean, honestly, people who come from struggle and they see struggle every day, hear struggle every day, wherever, observe it, with whatever sense. I'm sure you probably would feel like that.
Yeah.
And you'll feel like that in your own kind of way because everybody's struggle is rooted differently. I'll say that it's rooted differently. So
Right.
I don't get it, but I get it. But I get it because I could have I could have easily done that with you. Like I feel like how quickly we became friends, you and I, back in 2021. Yep, 2021.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure that's when we became friends. In 2021,
We became friends a
um,
week after we met each other.
I'm talking about for real, for real. Like we what do you wait? Hold on, I'm actually in a second. It wasn't a week after, but I will get back to that. But I feel like when we became friends and like I started to feel it really, and like we started having like other conversations and stuff, and we were like friends, I could have easily like sabotaged it.
Yeah.
I could have sabotaged it and been like, oh nah, like this that could have started being toxic. But I decided to just be my true loving self, really wanting to be positive and wanting to move forward and want to do something with my life. And I felt like you were a part of that. So I moved forward with the relationship. But what are you talking about? A week.
Yeah, we became friends within a week of us meeting
So
each
you're
other.
telling me forcing you to come with me to Plaza Azteca, that was us becoming friends?
You said it yourself. You was like, I only go out with my friends. I only hang out with my friends, and you're my friend. I'm like,
I did not say that that
you
time.
did.
No, I
You
didn't.
did.
I want to go back on the Instagram messages because that's where it's at, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. It's still there.
I did not say that.
You did.
Not after a week. I said, I'm sorry. I remember saying that, but it wasn't after a week. It
Why
was
did
like after like, I don't know, maybe we went to the movies that time. I don't remember what we saw, but you know what movie I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It was like the first time we went to the movies.
Yeah, we went to go see Scream. No, we went to go see Spider Man Far From Home.
Yeah, it was
You
Spider-Man.
fell asleep.
I fall asleep all the time. Get over it.
This is why I don't want to go I haven't been to the movies with you because you fall
That's
asleep.
not why we haven't been to movies.
No, I mean, it's not, but I don't even want to go to the movies
Well,
because
you like to okay, we first of all, we be have to go to the matinee. I have to, but that's like the preferred days is the weekdays. I'd rather not go to a packed movie. But if it's after work, I'm done. Can't even snap. Done. Tired. So I'm gonna fall asleep. Did I fall asleep on Scream? No.
yes,
No, I didn't.
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You fell asleep on the part where the black boy almost got killed.
I don't
See,
remember.
you ain't say you don't remember. Do you remember the black boy almost got killed?
And he had a sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
I
don't.
think I was like half asleep.
You were part
Like I
sleep.
was like, I heard it.
And then did you fall asleep on Barbie?
I no, we got there late.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. We
Oh,
got there
did you
late.
fall asleep?
We was in Georgia. Were you with me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we
I
got
fell
there late.
asleep.
You fell asleep.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That's the first time I ever fell asleep in the
We were
morning.
coming from somewhere. That's why we were late.
Yeah, we were.
We were doing something.
Yeah, and you had to get ready to make dinner.
Yeah, we was doing a lot.
Yeah,
So when you fell asleep, I was like, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say it's okay, but I feel like it kind of is okay to a certain extent for the chaos of certain things in the human race because it ultimately that instinct to react and want to make things better for everybody, that's what it should be for everybody. I feel like it's toxically chaotic when it's just for yourself.
hmm
You know what I mean? So because there are groups who have come together, but when you start to move or when the agenda is to move selfishly within you reacting to whatever's happening and it's only for you, that's when it becomes toxically chaotic, and that's not good for anybody, and it's ultimately it's not even good for yourself.
right. And I'll say this: for us to be, because that event or the conference was predominantly black.
Yeah,
I mean, black.
that's who it's for.
I didn't
That's who
see.
it's for. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's welcome. Let's be
yeah,
clear,
yeah.
y'all. When it
The
comes to
fact,
black people, everybody's welcome because it wasn't just black people there, but that's
yeah.
who it was for.
But you want to know something? Why is it that us as black people allow people to be in our spaces, but there has been in history people that refuse
In
us
history,
in history,
in history, now,
in history and
all the
now.
time, it's period.
Now
Just
then,
you don't even
and
gotta say history. You can just say but when because it happens every day.
yeah. So why is it even till this day that we aren't welcomed in other people's spaces?
Because I'm darker.
Because that it just does not make sense. I feel as though us as black people, we are very loving, and I love that about. Yes, that's one thing I loved about yesterday, and just this weekend in general. Like everybody showed love. There was no animosity at all. Like there was nothing. Nobody had to get escorted out by security. Nobody was beefing. Well, first and foremost,
Everybody was really there with the agenda.
right.
Mm.
And it's just like if we can come together and do something like that, why is it a stigma that we don't know how to act? I seen it first case in point right in front of my face yesterday, where we do know how to act. We
Mm.
do. And on top of that, again, why is it that we're welcoming to anybody? Like we welcome anybody into our space. But why is it that it's not reciprocated?
Are you really asking why?
No, I'm not asking
Oh,
why. I know why. But
okay.
it's just like,
Well, that's a loaded question, but you know what? I'm gonna say this because he was the only person I saw his panel through and through. Um, him and this woman named Alexis Feature. I hope I said her name right. Um, Jesse Williams was speaking today. On the new miniseries he has coming out. I think it's being released next year on Amazon, like early in the year. Um, and he was truly talking about what we as Black people completely bring to this world and how whenever we want to do something, we choose to do it and we conquer it. He also was saying how he was saying how they associate basketball with us a lot because we're also good at it. But he was like, it's not just because we're great at it, but it's also why we're great at it. We're great at it because basketball, and he's from Chicago. I don't think I knew that.
I didn't know that
Um,
either.
Basketball is one of those outlets that was easily accessible in the hoods or is easily accessible in our hoods And if we're going to the courts every day to go play basketball every single day and release whatever energy we need to release because of whatever is happening around us or in our head or whatever, we're gonna become good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's our sport. Um, one of them. But but he was saying how that's excuse me. My God, we was really out last night. But that's ew, you heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the reason for that. And I completely agree with that. I never looked at it in that perspective completely, but I completely agree with that. With the outlets that we're able to, just touch base on and we become phenomenal at them. And he started talking about Venus and Serena Williams with tennis and Tiger Woods with golf. And he's like these sports that we never probably, you never thought you'd see black people in them. We just decided that we wanted to do them and we became amazing in it and we conquer. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we do. We conquer. We're great at everything. That's exactly what he said too. I was feeling him today. I was like, "Yep." But and I've watched him speak before. I've listened to him before, but it was nice to have like because when you're on a panel, it's like just questions. Like you could tell though. Well, his questions were just questions that like he hadn't heard yet, or like in a roundabout way. Maybe he heard a little bit of it, but he it wasn't. It was like specific questions that she was asking, but you can tell it was like she had them and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I really like that he said that and I completely agree with it. Um, it was refreshing. I
I'll
like that.
go.
He was inspiring today. He really was. He was inspiring and I appreciated the uplift because just because you're talking about something positively, that doesn't mean you're always being uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciated the uplift and how it was like he was just being very encouraging of what he already knows what is, and we know what is as well.
Right.
What were you about to say?
So like to go on from because my thing is I understand sports, but I'm not really a sports person.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the aspect of black filmmaking.
Okay.
So black filmmaking is just like this whole it's another I don't want to say another world, but like we have a few versus the many in the industry of filmmaking.
Yep.
When at in the beginning of filmmaking, there was a director, filmmaker named Oscar Micheaux.
Mhm.
Actually, he is the reason why we have the Oscars today. He
Mhm.
was a black man, and he was a director and filmmaker that created films for that showcase black excellence,
Mhm.
as well as just being able to produce different things. And they look at us when it comes to being in these spaces like,
Mhm.
wow, I can't believe like you're able, like you said earlier, can't believe you're able to do that. And how do you come up with this? Like, for example, Ryan Coogler, he his background doesn't match what he creates.
Mhm. Another thing, real quick, because I know what you're kind of about to get to, real, but he also said there's no way that also what we do, because that's another thing. He was talking about how when they affiliate, they as in whoever's reviewing us, the man probably, when they affiliate us with why we're good at like sports and things like that, they always say, "Oh, it's because they're so strong, they're so this and they're tall and blah blah blah," and that's why they do it. Like they only associate with physical, but then when they are talking about, I'm gonna just say a non-black person or a non-person of color. When they're talking about a non-person of color, why they're so good at the sports that they're playing is because they have a high IQ and they're able to do this, this, and that. And it's like there's no way you can only affiliate our talents with just being physical. It's
Hmm.
not physical. It's not just physical. Excuse me. When it comes to he was talking about Allen Iverson, like if he has to see what he's about to do before he's about to do it. That's not physical.
No, it's
That
not.
is mental.
Yeah.
You are creating an equation in your head and you're playing it out.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing in golf. That's what you're doing in
Yeah.
tennis. That's what you're doing with filmmaking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing with culinary arts, or that's what I'm doing on the For Lifers chat. That's what sorry, I was trying to find another example of somebody else around me. But that's what's happening. Hell, that's what Black women are doing on a day to day when we plan what is about to go on in the day to when each and every day when we contribute to the world.
Yeah.
We are completely coming up with a graphing system. Like I said, how Left Eye grafted out how they didn't have no more money. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Is completely written out in our head, and we're acting out the equation that we possibly could have even just made up, or not
Yeah.
even made up, invented, created. So it's not just physical. But sorry, I had to say that because it when he said that, like, it's some things that you know, but then like when you hear it, you're like, yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
But sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead
Yeah,
with
no,
filmmaking.
to go on that, I remember I was watching something about Dennis Rodman, and a lot
Mhm.
of people be thinking that Dennis Rodman is just like this guy that was partying and all that.
Yeah.
That may be one side of him.
It ain't no way if his daughter is a beast like that. But go ahead.
Like, he wouldn't be the greatest rebounder of all time if he didn't know what he was talking about and what he was doing. I saw a video where a guy was, I forget what player it was. He was like, I was sitting with Dennis, and he was like, how many you gotta watch? So he said, I know everybody's ball rotation when they shoot the ball.
Mm,
When Michael Jordan shoot the ball, his ball rotates 17 times before it gets to the basket. If it doesn't
mm,
rotate that number amount of times, I know it's going to be a missed shot and I can grab that rebound.
mm.
What? What?
That's not even real crazy to me because do you ever, I like what, I like watching basketball, and I pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention to who I'm usually when I'm watching basketball, I'm watching one or two people on the court. I
Mm-hmm.
can't watch the entire court at
Yeah,
once.
yeah, no.
So like I'm watching
10
like
people on the court is
but
crazy. Yeah.
not just watching, but I'm paying attention to like how they're playing, and that's that's how you figure out your favorite players. But like even when I was in high school, like when we had phenomenal basketball players that still play to this day. One I know off the top of my head is Tyler Edwards. Still plays to this day, and he's I don't know which league, but he's in the league and he's been playing. He's class of 2015, so he's been playing. It's 2025. I think he's been playing for 10 years now. But you see how they react when certain things happen, and it's not just with the players, but it's not just, excuse me, with their teammates, but then it's with the players that they know and they watch over and over in how they're playing. Like you have that equation in your head and how it's happening. You do, as and especially, I mean, I can't speak for every single person, but especially um the Black players that I see. Yeah, you can see them completely figuring out what's happening or what's even about to happen, and then they're playing off of that, and then they react and they already know the
Result.
yeah, the result
Yeah.
usually of the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. So, like, with filmmaking, like, well, I'll go back to Ryan Coogler. Um, he you gotta be when you're in something, you gotta be a nerd
Yeah, you
about your
do.
craft.
You do.
Like Ryan Coogler, that's why I like Ryan Coogler. I like Jordan Peele. I like Childish Gambino, Spike Lee. Um, uh, I even like Lena Waithe. Her She got some good movies out too. Um, you gotta be a nerd about your craft because
Mhm.
Ryan Coogler was talking about Sinners, which I'm upset because I still have not seen that movie
We
yet.
both haven't. We're gonna watch it.
He was talking about the sizes of film.
I saw that. I saw
That
that
would,
interview, I
like,
think.
for him to talk about the science of film and what each um what's the word? Each format of film does,
Mhm. And he was talking about how they were showing it in a certain format in different
Yeah,
states. Yeah.
like, and then with him having an LA accent, it's like
You're so amazed
it
by
doesn't
that.
throw you off, but this is like
It don't throw me off.
he's a nerd, but like he can
Yeah.
really get it. Like he could get down if he need to, but he's a nerd about his craft. And I
Mhm.
feel as though us as creatives, or just us in general, like people in general, you have to be a nerd. I
Mhm.
remember being a nerd was like such a bad thing, or like a lame thing to be. But like you remember the pic? I don't know if you ever seen the picture where it was a nerd, and then the girl was laughing at him, and she was with the jock,
Yeah, and then like some years later,
and she's
she's
pregnant,
yeah, and
and
she's like,
he's like a
yeah,
CEO of a company.
yeah.
Like, if you really think about, if we all were nerds about what we did, where we would be, or where we can be, if we were nerds, if we really,
Well, before that, honestly, it's in back to chaos. Um, I do think about that, but then I also think about like, do you are you like exposing yourself to even be? Are you being even brave enough to even be yourself to be a nerd in your craft? Because some people aren't, and
mm,
they know they aren't. They know they aren't. When I tell you, I know they aren't, okay? Because then they see somebody else and they're in it and they're like, and they're in their question in their head is like, why or how or,
mhm,
you know, that's chaos.
yeah, I get what you mean. Um, Yeah, it's interesting that like like you have the free will, like to be who you want to be, but we rather just, or not we, but y-
People.
people would rather just follow what is normal to
Well,
them.
I'm gonna say this, babe. That's how I feel about you.
In what aspect?
I feel like you are really a nerd. And sometimes I don't even, sometimes I think I accidentally give you a hard time because, well, you do the same to me, but that's just relationships. But like, I give you a hard time because I don't really understand how you're thinking about something because I don't get it. Just like you do that. Remember you said that the other day?
Yeah.
You were like, I'm really what'd you say? Starting to understand what? Remember we were on the porch, on the balcony?
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to understand. Um, was it you wanting to help me, or?
No, babe, you don't remember? You said you are starting to understand how I think about things.
Oh, yeah. I am starting to understand how you think about things, because you think about things how your dad thinks about things.
You gonna do all that and you gonna say all that and then compare me to a man. I have my own mind.
You do have your own mind, but I can see where you get your ways from your dad, because your dad and I were talking about it the other day. But I'll go back to that. But yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
that's how I feel about you because when you are really in your craft and you're studying something, and then you're telling me, well, babe, I can't do this right now because I have to do this. And I'm like, well, why? And it's because I don't get it. I don't get that certain things have to be done before certain things because it's just not, honestly, I guess, uh, what's the word? It's just not possible to get certain things done within your filmmaking and your editing without doing something else just because of the, what is the word?
Process.
No, I want to say the mathematics of it.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that makes sense because of the mathematics of it. Um, and because the way math is that's how it has to happen.
yeah.
Like there's no other way of math. There's only one math. Like it can't be changed. So that's how I feel about you, and I feel like you're really smart when it comes to those things, and you are a nerd. But I really like that because it helps you the sequence, that's the word. It helps you get through the sequence of
Mm,
how things have to go.
yeah.
How things need to be ran, and I don't be getting it sometimes, and sometimes we'll get in a little disagreement about it, but then I always eventually understand it. I'm like, "Oh, that's why he had to do that, because it wouldn't have made sense without this." Just like when you're asking me when you're asking me how to cook things, I can't tell you. I can teach you over time. But it's just like when I had tutoring in division, it wasn't happening in a day. It wasn't happening in a day.
Yeah,
We got through it though, but it wasn't happening in a day. And it's just like certain things I can't just tell you. Just like with things with your filmmaking, I can't just tell you. You have to teach me because it's just not that simple. Or like even when it just comes to planning of posting and how this runs with this and how people have certain algorithms with this and people still in the world, even though, we are creators, so we see a lot of different things. People still have commonalities of what they do on a day-to-day basis. We may not see it all the time because we don't live that life, but they do. So it's like a certain way you have to post. Like it's just there's always a certain sequence of
yeah,
things that how it has to happen. And that's really, I feel like the ultimate thing of being a nerd. It's a sequence and it's a set sequence and it can't be changed.
yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I've caught myself a nerd when it comes to what I do. Um, I really feel like I haven't been able to be a nerd really because I've been so busy locking in on other things and business, and I haven't been able to get to my actual practice of.
Well, honestly, you need to just look at that. I feel like as becoming a nerd in something else.
Yeah,
You gotta, because you can't just not can't, but you're not just gonna have one craft, one. It's not just gonna be one thing that you know completely how to do. You gotta have routines, honestly, with everything.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I really think that people, or I really believe that when it comes to me and my craft, I mean, you're right. I mean, I am growing into, I guess you can say, a nerd for something else, especially when it comes to
Me
scaling,
too.
scaling the business as well as
Hmm.
scaling just in general. Like even with this whole production of the For Lifers chat, like being a
Yeah.
nerd on that, like we had a discussion like you're like you haven't been able to figure things out or you haven't taken the time to actually figure out how to actually do what you're doing, like
Hmm.
you're just doing it. And I honestly, maybe for a few episodes I was not winging it, but I just like, okay, it's not hard to do this, like two cameras and the mics. But then
You're being unintentional.
yeah, and then it got to the editing part. I'm like, why am I sitting here for 10 hours trying to edit one video? Until then, I'm like, wait a minute, because I wasn't working with what I was using, and I didn't. I
I don't know
forgot.
why.
I
I don't know
forgot
why.
about how I use what I use and how why I do what I do. I figured it out like it was like a math problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like this camera here has 10 clips of me talking. And then this camera here has 8 clips of you talking. How can I go back and forth? Because then the software that I'm using is going to read it as 18 separate cameras.
Mm.
So then I'm like, so what if I just line up or sequence my camera and then that's 10 cameras. So then
I was waiting for you to figure it out. I'm like, I can't do it. This is not my thing.
I was trying to figure it out so bad, and then I finally figured it out, and then the editing process literally got cut down by like 5 hours.
That's crazy. I was about to say something about that. Maybe that is the difference though of a nerd versus just somebody who's just not.
Mm,
Nerds are intentional.
yeah,
Nerds are intentional. So you can be a nerd about anything that you're doing. You need to be a nerd about what you're doing on a day to day and study it and 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 redefine it as your own and be intentional about it. That's a nerd.
yeah,
All the other losers, because they are losers. You're unintentional.
yeah,
You're unintentional, and that's not somewhere I want to be. I was a loser once upon a time, but I don't want to be unintentional. I want to be intentional all
yeah,
the time with everything that I do. I'm not just winging it. I'm not winging anything. I'm planning to do what I need to do. I'm planning for my man. I'm planning for my future children, planning for myself, planning for my parents, planning for the money I want to make, planning for um the things that I want to learn, planning to just continue, keep moving forward intentionally. And I don't even want to say, actually, I don't want to just say planning, but having faith in it and then doing it, executing. And if it fails, let's intentionally do it again,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, when I finally figured that, like, this is again, this is when I said that I wanted to do this, I said it intentionally but also still subconsciously intentionally because I just was throwing it out there and maybe it was a thought.
You said it twice. You said it intentionally, but
I said it
unintentionally.
unintentionally.
I don't know why you did that with me. You know how I am.
But when I finally got it, because this is I didn't think about it as a production. I didn't start
I
thinking
don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know.
because I'm thinking
I don't
about
know
it
why that was such a blank thought and you threw it out and then like I was thinking about it for months. You wasn't thinking about it at all.
because I had other things to focus on. But like this was like
Whoa. So do I.
I know, but like I was really trying to focus on other
So
things.
do I.
I was
That's
sh-
an excuse.
I was
I understand. That's an excuse.
it's not it's not an excuse.
It is.
I when I first told you I was like when we get things settled, I want to try doing the podcast.
That's not what you said.
What did I say then?
You said, babe, you want to do a podcast? I said, where? You said, on our couch. We got that couch. That's what you said. You said, we got that couch, nice couch. Well, we could do it right there in the living room. I said, just us? Or I said, really? You were like, yeah. I was like, I don't know. From then on, I started thinking, I don't know what you was doing. You talking about I know you had other things going on. So do I.
You said I don't know.
But if we have other things going on and it's things that you're saying or things that are being said that can contribute into our growth, yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about it and planning for it and seeing if it's doable and start working on it intentionally. It's not just willy-nilly. Not with me.
I
Nothing,
get it.
nothing is willy-nilly with me at all. Okay. I'm not just, it's not no, oh, coincidence. No. It's aligning. And if I need to make sure it aligns, or if I see something in alignment that doesn't belong, I'm gonna take it out and then I'm gonna keep moving forward. What was a unique moment that you took away from being at Culture Con yesterday?
I think it was multiple moments.
Hmm.
Because like I said, I met some influencers, I've met a comedian. I really feel like at the end of the day, no matter the money, the status, any of that, we are all just regular people.
Hmm.
And yesterday, when I saw people that have had the opportunity to be elevated in status, may it be influential, may it be comedian, may it be uh, whatever, whoever,
Hmm.
we are all regular people at the end of the day. Just like we wake up, like it's all about perspective. Like everybody woke up yesterday and went to Culture Con.
Hmm.
Now, somebody went there and they were on a panel talking to an audience.
Hmm.
Another person went there and they were in the audience listening to somebody talk on a panel.
Hmm.
We're all on the same road. Or we all like my pop-up said, all roads lead to the same place.
Hmm.
And no matter where we come from, no matter what we do, we all move together. in a sense.
Okay.
So what I take back from yesterday again was just like understanding that everybody is regular and I don't need to move moving forward, I don't need to move with stars in my eyes when it comes to people. Because at the end of the day, people are just like me. Just like somebody is an influencer.
Just like you, as in they they have not an agenda. They have a goal too,
Yeah.
and whoever's around them is always whoever's around them is always going to be a part of their story of them trying to get to their goal,
Mm,
no matter who it is. And it's the same for that person as well. That's a part of their story and the next person.
yeah.
Mhm.
What's one thing you've learned about each other and your relationship that you wish you knew earlier?
I don't know if there's, excuse me, anything that I wish I knew earlier. Because I really am truly a believer of everything happens right on time, even if I don't like it. Everything happens right on time. So know. I don't know if there's anything I wish I knew earlier. I'll say there's things I wish I knew earlier about maybe myself. Like I think maybe I wish I started figuring out uh how to be a good girlfriend before I was becoming a girlfriend. Because I already knew I was gonna be a girlfriend soon. Or I felt it. So I wish I started to figure out and really start to you know, move around and in a certain sequence, I guess, to, make sure I'm a good girlfriend. Make sure I'm a good girlfriend when it comes, because I already knew it was coming. Like after we went to Applebee's and you had allergic reaction, I knew that I was gonna be a girlfriend after that.
What do you oh, because you made sure that I was
It
okay
was
in
just the
front of
way the situation happened. Like you weren't mad at me, and I really liked it. That even though something was happening, you weren't mad at me. So
why would I be mad at you?
I don't know. Is that some people are?
That's weird.
You. I feel like you'd have been mad at me if you didn't like me, but you liked me.
That's weird.
Not really. You weren't mad at me. Like you weren't upset. You weren't dramatic about it. You weren't trying to be an ultimate reactor and be all chaotic. Like you were like it was okay. And it wasn't even like a brush off. It wasn't like passive. It wasn't a brush off. You were just okay. And then we like kind of figured it out and then we talked about it later.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I was actually concerned. Um, and we was just going through the motions of it, but it was like no animosity. It was no weirdness. It was like really calm, even though you were having an allergic reaction and we didn't even know why.
Yeah.
And it was like literally we went to the movies and then we went out to eat, and I was like, dang, what did I do to him? But it was like we were fine. So yeah, that's what I
Okay.
wish for myself.
Being a better girlfriend. Or
Like
being a good girlfriend.
planning to be a good girlfriend, like and start working towards that lifestyle because I already knew it was like on the way, like around the corner. It
Okay.
was. How do you feel about the multiple male plus size influencers that you met yesterday? Like, what's one word that can describe how you felt that you were meant to, or like it was in alignment to meet who you met yesterday, but the ones that were plus size male influencers?
I would say the word would have to be acknowledged
Oh, that's nice.
because again, I always have stars in my eyes when I see people, but I didn't have stars in my eyes yesterday. Like it was
Mhm.
regular. Like when I saw one influencer, I'm like, you look familiar because I was talking
Yeah.
to um LeSean. I'm like, you look familiar. Have I seen you somewhere? He's like, you maybe see me on Instagram. I'm on social media. I'm like, yes, I knew it. And I introduced myself, talked, took pictures. Somebody came up to us and took a video of all three of us together. Like
That's nice.
it made me. I felt acknowledged,
Mhm.
as well as I felt like the other influencers were being acknowledged, because male plus size influencers or just male plus size people in general in
Mm,
any kind of realm isn't really acknowledged.
yeah, that's true.
I would say just the plus size community in general isn't really acknowledged.
Well, I feel like the plus size male community is way less acknowledged
It
than the
is.
plus women community
It is.
because y'all are like they like people do look at women, with just the main focus of like physicality, but y'all is it's just physicality. That's it. And it's like I feel like they give y'all no not grace, no acknowledgement,
Yeah.
no credit for like anything else. And then especially if you're just plus size and like you don't work out or anything or like you don't have no other type of like lifestyle, like you're just a plus size male influencer and like maybe you model or whatever like lifestyle. Yeah, people don't really they acknowledge. I don't know why.
Yeah. I like everybody that I talked to, conversation was genuine.
Yeah.
Um no weird vibes. Like when you get around weird vibes. You remember that
Yeah.
one time I talked to that one influencer in
Yeah.
Philly?
Yeah, whatever. It's okay.
Like
Mhm.
it was none of
That was I was there.
I know,
That was very like, "What? Okay." Like, what was that?
right. And I'm like, yes, in being acknowledged and because now
Mm,
that I try to take a dive into fashion and I'm being acknowledged about my fashion,
yeah.
that makes me feel like, okay, like maybe I need to understand my position a little bit more when it comes to being influential. I'm not an
Yeah.
influencer, but influential.
Yeah.
Because I hear people talk about, I had somebody ask me at an event, he's like, you got your own wave or you riding so and so wave? I'm like, I got my own wave. He was like, oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Hello. I'm like,
My
hello,
God.
pick up. Like, I
Please,
don't
please,
know. Like,
please,
what?
please, please. Because I know what you're talking about.
But like, I didn't understand that I had my own wave. I didn't understand that we had our own wave until people talk about it, to us, and then with
I
us.
know I have my own wave, but I didn't realize how acknowledged it was.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't think about that. Like, I know I have my own wave because I want my own wave. I create it.
yeah,
But seeing that people see me, I be struggling with that. I struggle with that.
yeah.
I struggle recognizing that people see me. You know what I mean? Like I was doing that challenge. They're like, "Oh, you a 10. Let me turn it around." I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about, getting the content and also like acknowledging the people that I see.
How did you feel about being in a space where other women acknowledged your presence as well as other plus size women acknowledging your presence? Because I seen it.
Yeah. Um, to be honest, I don't know. I seen it and of course I had the conversations and the main people that I was having conversations with were women and it was like when I if I'm just standing there and somebody sees me like in line or something honestly don't know how I feel. I don't have a direct expectation
Mhm.
of it, so I don't know how I feel about it. Like I appreciate it. I will always appreciate the people right in front of me just showing the love. I will always appreciate that. I always will like some of the conversations I had that just was like rolling off the tongue because like I just approached somebody
Yeah,
making content. It was just so great. It was like, wow, hi, how are you? Like you be wanting to be friends with people.
yeah.
Like that's how I was feeling. Um,
Oh, let's go ahead. I'm sorry.
but it felt good. It felt good to you know what felt good? Cause I don't I like I said before, I don't really care to be liked. Thank you. I like you too. I like you. You don't really have to like me, but I still, if I like you, I do. It's genuine. But I appreciated the conversations I had when people were being a nerd to me about their craft and what they did. I appreciated those conversations because I'm gonna ask you a question now. You don't gotta answer it like a long-winded answer, but if you do, I will completely. I'll appreciate it and I'll listen to the entire
Mhm.
answer. I appreciated that. And like if I asked you a question and you're telling me about your entire experience and what you learned and who you met and what you're supposed to do with this and what you're supposed to do that, what you have coming next, where you came from, and what you learned in order to do the next thing, or you asking me a question about how I feel because I got asked that a couple times, like how do I feel about this, about whatever they were talking about, and I'll tell them, and then it's like a for completely formulating an entire conversation. Like I appreciated that. I'll say that. Like I appreciated people or the women, because you asked specifically women, acknowledging me about a wig or um a hat or whatever. And then they're like, or my ring. This ring starts conversation. I'll tell you, my
Mhm.
aunt, um, because one girl I saw, she was sitting behind me. We were about to watch Jesse Williams. I think her name was Azaria. I'm gonna put it. Um, she I think she said blessings. Oh my God, what did she say? Because I didn't hear her that much because I was on the phone. And then when I got off the phone, I started acknowledging her. I was like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? Um, it was like something about blessed be with you or peace or blessed of you, woman, something like that. And I
Mhm.
was like, thank you. Um, and then she told me how she had her spiritual awakening this year. Like, like stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And then we started talking, but we didn't talk that long because they were about to go on. But we started talking, and I was like, yeah, I've always completely believed in life, and I was raised to believe in God, but I've always completely believed in life and honestly not death. And she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna say everything, if you know, you know, but that's what we were talking about. And I showed her my tattoo, and I was telling her about Daddy's tattoo and like how the Ankh has been around for me for a while.
Mhm.
But we talked actually for about 1 minute. And then they got on and we got each other's social media was like 1 minute. And I was like, and then right before I left from over there, I said, it was nice meeting you. Continue to be great. And I left. But anyway,
It's beautiful.
so yesterday when we were networking like together but separate, because I always found you too. I always found you yesterday. I liked that I always found you. If I was looking for you, I found you like in a couple seconds.
Did you find it interesting when you walked up to me and I was talking to the couple from Virginia?
Yes, I was like, what the heck? Cause and that was one of the moments when I found you. Like I don't think I even knew you were in that building.
Yeah.
But I just went in there and I was like, I'm just looking around. And I found you. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I saw them again today.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't get to go up to them though. They were talking to a lot of people. But anyway, yeah. Um, so yeah, yesterday, we were networking apart but together kinda. And but mainly apart. Well, no, because I know when you network with people, you talk about me.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing with you. But anyway, um, you weren't with me physically, but you were with me, I'm sure, mentally, spiritually. What did you take away the most from what you learned about seeing me network yesterday? Like how I interacted? Like how did you feel about me yesterday? Like in that social setting, in that setting.
I think because I feel like when I was watching you or even just like around you, I could I don't know. I felt like I could sense that you were a little nervous because it's a new
I
space.
was, because I knew it was gonna be a lot of people.
Like it was like I could really tell that you were nervous for some things. And I kind of was, I don't know if I was confused or it's just like, I guess it was like, I felt like how I felt when you said that you have imposter syndrome. I was
Oh,
shocked because like you were taken aback with certain things because you saw somebody Semi Moon
Semi Moonlight.
Semi Moonlight. You was like, is that Semi Moonlight? And I'm like, if you think it's her, go up to her. You were like, no, please, no. I'm like,
Because I couldn't see her face yet either.
I'm like,
I saw her, I recognized her by her hair.
I was like, just go up and say something to her, even if it's not her. Just say, hey,
Yeah,
I've seen you
but
somewhere
I had a
before.
strong feeling I knew it was her.
Like
That's
you,
why I was like,
like I was like that was one thing that I noticed. I'm like, she's nervous. Like she's like you don't you did like you got out of it eventually, like closer to when we were leaving. But like you were nervous and I'm like, she's nervous. And this
you
is
really look at me like Mrs. Huxtable because it's like, yes, I'm nervous. Like, you know, when people look at Mrs. Huxtable kind of like she was a pretty unstoppable mom. Like
yeah.
she's very iconic and it's like she could do anything for real.
Yeah.
That's not what it is all the time.
I was just like, wow, she's
I was though because you know, we everybody has those people that they've been following for a minute.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter how many followers they have, whatever, whatever. You have those people that you really like admire.
Yeah.
And you just and like no matter what, and you probably and you never even met them. But no matter what, you're like, I'm always gonna support what they have to say, what they're doing. Like you just really love them, like for what they really exude. And she's one of those people for me.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of those people for me. And like I don't want to say she's a hero because you know how they say never meet your heroes or
Yeah.
whatever for me, but she's one of those people for me. And I don't think I truly even noticed it until yesterday when I saw her in person.
Mm-hmm.
But and she was so she was humbly walking. She didn't have a team. She didn't even have a friend with her. I mean, it was people that was working for the conference that knew what she was doing. They were like trying to get her to where she was trying to whatever she was about
Mm-hmm.
to do. Because I think I definitely missed her talking because I didn't even know she was talking. But I think it was after she spoke. And she was trying to do I don't know what she was trying to do, but she was just humbly walking. And then I even asked her, I was like, "Can we go in the sun take the picture?" She walked all the way over. Like it was just like a very uh it was a very I guess angelic experience to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. And the fact that I recognized her by her hair and I didn't recognize her. I recognized her by her hair and her skin. She had like this one shoulder thing going on, like going across or whatever, I believe. Um, and I saw her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she has like really, really pretty skin. She's darker skin. Um, but yeah, yeah, that was a really, that was just really nice. And like I said, like, and I always, like, I believe everything really does happen for a reason. And you know, you're anything that's forced is like it's usually probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's why I really wasn't even forcing the agenda either. You know, once we got wind of like it was like, and it was like we can't really keep up with it. I was just letting things happen,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that just happened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think the people that I saw when they stood out to me, I'm like, wow,
Hmm.
like I gotta let go. Like I don't even like again, I don't know why, but like I wasn't afraid to talk to somebody.
I feel like it was also the vibe you were picking up though too. Like I was also picking up that vibe of like each person I saw. Um, each person I saw when I was doing the tens challenge. So check it out. I did the Culture Con tens at Culture Con challenge. It was literally the vibe. I got one no.
Really?
Yeah, one. I think it was cause he just kind of seemed busy and he was with somebody. But and that's fine. I was like, yeah, no problem. I just kept going. But like I got one no. Every other yes, it wasn't just a yes, it was a complete acknowledgement yes. And even the nervous yeses at the end of us doing a one take, they were like, can we do it again? And I'm like, yeah, we can do it again. But it was like completely the vibe, and I think that's why probably you weren't nervous.
What was your take back from the whole conference, and
The entire conference? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
what what is one thing that you're going to move forward with from the conference? Maybe something that somebody talked about, maybe how you
You
talk
know
to
my
other
answer.
people.
One thing I'm gonna move forward with and continue to do is have complete faith in us Black people. I know a lot of people, yeah, not a lot of people. I know it's hard, um, but have complete faith in us, in our unity, and also continue to do what I feel I need to do as far as my purpose of connecting people with whatever they got going on. Completely connecting people, it's very important, and also continuing to be completely appreciative of what I bring as far as me being a nerd in my craft, what I bring and how the way in which I bring it is beastly, and what I do is phenomenal because of it's because it's me doing it. It's me
Hmm.
doing it to the fullest. And I'm gonna continue to push, which is this is something I honestly I think I just started pushing. It wasn't really intentional before. I'm gonna continue to push community and motivation. Motivation goes within community, but I'm gonna continue to push that because it's important
Yeah.
and everybody needs it.
So you had a good time in New
Yeah.
York.
New York, baby.
Where was he at? It was in Brooklyn. Wait,
Oh my God.
it
Don't
was in
start spitting.
it was in Brooklyn. But yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed just the whole weekend in general. Now it's
Hmm.
back to work for a few days, but I think we're going to the next level.
Me too.
Both of us are.
I
Like,
definitely received a lot of reassurance this weekend too.
yeah,
Like it was just like reassurance that like not direct, but like it's like if this happened, okay, this is meant to happen.
you're in the right lane. But yeah, man, this was the For Lifers chat, man. Shout
I'm
out
so
to
tired. Ugh.
shout out to the great work of people putting things together, curating things together, including myself, including you as well. 'Cause we're curators of a lot of things. But again, this is For Lifers Chat brought to you today by
Continue to be intentional.